Good morning, folks. I'm Frank Connors again. I'm reading from Speaking Frankly, and my essay is called Mayflowers, and it was published in the People Plus News back in 2014. Been almost 10 years. Here we go. My friend Peg won't share her Mayflower patch with me. At 93, Peg glories in her ability to sneak off to the woods each spring to find her special place where she knows her Mayflowers are waiting. She tenderly picks just enough to fill that special little bud vase that she keeps from year to year to year, and then I suspect she offers a quick and grateful prayer about enjoying yet another new year. I can imagine her standing on the edge of the patch, her toes almost touching the tender white petals, as she once again inhales that intoxicating nectar of spring. I also see her reveling in the independence that brings her back to this sacred, secret spot year after year. I have to imagine her doing this, for Peg steadfastly rejects any of my efforts to join her or even help her with this annual pilgrimage. 5, maybe 6 years ago, I first suggested to Peg that she might want me to walk with her to this place. My intentions were noble. The experience was humbling. The answer was a firm and absolute no. My offer really was based on a genuine concern for the possibility that Peg could fall, could become lost, or might simply value or welcome some company on this annual expedition. But my presentation must have been flawed. Peg said if she needed my help, she'd ask for it, but she doubted she would ever be asking me. She described me as a transparent and said my motives were obvious. She hissed that I just wanted to take her patch of Mayflowers. She said any proper Maine boy should have found his own Mayflower patch long before he had reached my age. I wondered why she didn't just reach over and punch me in my tummy or slap my face. Peg is like so many of my other older friends and neighbors, all so very independent, so spirited, and so resourceful. It occurred to me that it has never really been about the Mayflowers. Peg relishes the idea that she knows how and where to find Mayflowers, and that I do not. This knowledge gives her some value, and it gives her some strength. Some seasons she'll call me to tell me that on this specific date she had been out and she had picked Mayflowers. One year there was a single little Mayflower blossom lovingly wrapped in a damp paper towel and placed on a corner of my desk. No further comment was needed. More than once Peg has called to ask if I knew that the Mayflowers were out yet. Always she asked if I had found any Mayflowers. Always, when I have to tell her no, that I have not, that I'm still looking, I sense Peg's pleasure at my confession and at my continuing failure. Peg has seen her world shrink. When Peg walks, she walks with a cane, and her steps are close and very guided. She admits to a nap in the afternoon being essential. She doesn't dare to drive anymore. I think her car was given to her granddaughter, perhaps with the provision that there be an annual pilgrimage to this Mayflower patch. I certainly hope so. 2 years ago, I know another friend delivered Mayflowers to her. She was in the midst of one of her bad spells, but she took credit for the pick. She didn't want me to know that she had not been able to go out and gather her own bunch of flowers. And this year came the note. Just a few days ago, in an envelope with no return address, came a single piece of folded paper. A dried Mayflower fell from the envelope when I opened it. A crude, hand-penciled map directed me to a known road, to a special, easily identified stand of pine trees, to a brook, and finally to a shoulder of sunny woodland where the snow often clears first. I've passed this place a million times and apparently had never looked at it closely enough. There was no signature on the map, nothing to indicate directions or what it was or to show the name of the sender. None of that was necessary. So tonight, On the drive home from work, I'm going to pick me a bunch of Mayflowers for Peg. Thanks for listening.